Welcome back to another installment of Wind Down Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Installment 25. Woo! We halfway to 50. I ain't think it was gonna be this. I ain't gonna to be 100 with y'all. I ain't think we was gonna make it this far. So, hey. But anyway, what we drinking on? You know what I'm saying? What we drinking on today? We're drinking on that Arnold Palmer, the Arnold Palmer Spot. Half and half iced tea lemonade, contains 5% alcohol. That's what we drinking on today. So that was my equivalent of what I would take as a shot with y'all on the hard shit, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, today's episode, what we about to get into is simply, I just want to talk about like the dispensaries and shit, and how can you help me locate these dispensary certifications? Cause it was brought to my attention. Damn, this bitch is dirty. It was brought to my attention that they was giving out the dispensary certification course for free or whatever, and I've been trying to find it. I ain't really been looking to see, but they got learn online for free certification courses. I know that I seen one with Missouri that was like $25 starting, but course Carusa, okay. History of medical cannabis. That's it. Oh, that's the University of Colorado. Damn, you can go to the University of Colorado and study cannabis. Like you can be head honcho in cannabis. That's crazy. But it still ain't it though. But that's what I've basically been looking for the most part. You know what I'm saying? My grandma and my mama told me about it because they seen something on Facebook, I think, and I'm like, I've been looking for it for the past couple of days and still can't find exactly what they talking about, but I probably should go check my Facebook. They probably sent it to me, to be 100. So, but if anybody know what they're talking about or can locate that shit, please let me know in the comments below, because I definitely trying to get into that. You know what I'm saying? That was my whole point of going to go do pharmacy at school, and then I ain't want to know, I ain't give a fuck about all the other bullshit, you know what I'm saying, the chemistry and all that shit. Fuck it. So I was just like, yeah, nah, I ain't finna, I just changed to public health. But I can still do shit with public health and transform into that field, because technically it is a public health issue. You know what I'm saying? Now that it's medical and recreational, especially in the state of Missouri. God damn, I got some shit on my eyelashes and shit. That's what made me more so really pushing to really do my own thing. But then I don't know if y'all been seeing some of these lines around these dispensaries, you know what I'm saying? This is my analogy to how bad it been, because I got a Cookies right down the street. That motherfucker, the drive through be jumping and it be elbow to fucking elbow inside of the building, you know what I'm saying? And it's almost like how when McDonald's was popping, like when everybody was getting that shit, it's like Steak and Shake, everybody popping. Hell, it's like a White Castle's at night. That's how bad it be looking. I say this to say that, like, you know how in fast food you put like a little something extra, like to distinguish your shit from other people's shit or whatever. You know how like different fast food joints or different food restaurants in general, you know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking about the corporation aspect of the whole dispensary shit. Man, my motherfucking chest hurting. I was just thinking about like I said, the corporation aspect of the whole marijuana industry. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, you know, like the farms, you know what I'm saying? Some farms, you're not sure where these farms is getting it or whatever, or what the fuck they got to go through with it, stuff like that. And it's the same thing with if you bought it off the street or whatever, but because people do be lacing shit with heroin and stuff. But I'm saying if a corporation, because this can be another way they're gonna use to control people. Basically, they can control you through your food by whatever we pump up in the chicken breast and all these different that. They got Monsanto, the biggest one. We always talk about that, how they monitor the food and stuff like that. And Monsanto is gold off the Tyson and this and that, all these different brands that pop up and put like fake shit together. And yeah, I remember the whole pink slime shit from McDonald's. So if a corporation can do it to food, to your clothes, to this and that, to make you feel a certain way, or this and that, and social media also being a pusher of it too, wouldn't you think corporations will start getting in on the whole medical and recreational business too and start spraying some of them chemicals they be putting in their food on top of that weed. I'm just saying, just naturally, but this is just what I'm saying. It's a corporation, so you never know what they might do. You never know what they might get into. All I'm saying is just look at it from a perspective that if this really does what it wants to do, corporations is gonna be eating this shit up because it's gonna be a nice little tax write-off for them too. Especially, well, I won't say a nice one, but it could be a good tax write-off, especially depending on if they have like their own medical shit they do for specifically medical clients and they doing all this shit and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to see the good and bad and all this shit. Because like I said, if Big Pharma get a hold of this and shit like that, they still, like most of the medications, people don't even know heroin, fucking coke being in all these pills and shit like that. That's how people stay addicted to opioids. They be the other compounds inside of that chemical compound that say some long ass name. And they put all these other chemicals in it. And bam, that's how you stuck on opioids. So that is truly what made me think. That's why I really wanted to get my own dispensary, because I want it to be 100% natural, straight through and through, from seed all the way to get to your hand. We ain't spray nothing extra on it, nothing but like the good shit. I've been watching Cali Green videos for a while, and like indoor grows and stuff like that. So I kind of already figure like what it takes, the process it takes, how long it takes, stuff like that, and all the shit in between. So me seeing that shit, it's like, all right, cool. What can I do to make it 100% natural? Because like I said, most people are just thinking about the business side, the money side of it. They're not necessarily thinking about the actual health side of it and stuff like that, and how is it actually benefiting you, this and that. Now, they might say it on the spreadsheet or whatever, you can look it up and stuff. Of course, it helped then. But I'm saying once corporations really get a hold of it, like if these are corporations that, like say for example, Cookies is the biggest marijuana brand out there, right? If the corporation McDonald's is backing them or giving them money, not saying it is, I'm just saying, they're just hypothetically speaking. Any corporation, hell, Macy's, JCPenney, don't matter, whatever the fuck corporation you want to put behind it. That corporation feeding into the whole industry, right? They already giving like her $50 million, here $200 million, here $10 million, here. This is tax write-off for them because they giving it as a donation, right? So they still can reap, their returns and stuff like that. Their returns will still be high, but that shit wouldn't be in there, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a donation by the company. I mean, by the corporation, not by the person, the CEO of the company. You know what I'm saying? So if they could do that, what do you think could be on all this other shit of why shit be so strong or stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? There are some out there naturally that just actually just potent as hell. And all the different forms, they get more and more potent the more and more you extract the rosin and stuff like that and get all the different things out of it. So you can get it real potent and edibles, you know what I'm saying, 1,000 milligrams. That shit will have your ass fucking fried. Brain will be fried for real. You'll be stuck in a time warp there, and then you're like, damn, I don't want to be high no more. But that shit happen. Or you can get, you know what I'm saying, you can get a rosin extract where it's just nothing but pure cannabis oil, like where it's just the straight up THC or it's the straight up CBD. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the corporation aspect of it is what worried me about the marijuana industry. Like I really wanted to get into it, but it's the whole self. How can I separate my brand from everybody else's brand? You know what I'm saying? Everybody can say that they're 100%, you know what I'm saying, healthy, or 100% eco-friendly, or 100% like, whatever. But the thing is, you still have certain set, like if of a corporation, like I said, Cookies, you know what I'm saying, if they getting a certain amount of donations, and those where a lot of their funds come from to fund their operation on top of the after the profit, before the profit, then of course they gotta do what the, you know what I'm saying, the corporation is. Because if they don't, or if they don't listen to them, or don't, tweak some stuff a little bit, they gonna lose that pipeline. And welcome to the business world, they don't like doing this shit. So that's just what I see, how the industry is transforming, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's gonna be there that quick, but I definitely think it's gonna be a huge issue, especially with the whole world, with the whole United States, or the Biden administration executive order, whatever, trying to make EVs a thing, you know what I'm saying? electric cars are worse for the environment for the simple fact that you keep shutting down all the electrical plants. And then plus you got to keep mining extra amounts of material, you know what I'm saying? Extra amount of lithium, mercury, like all these important iridium, like all these important metals that are in these batteries and stuff like that to make it shit last long or this and that. All that stuff comes at a price tag, right? So you ain't doing nothing but picking up the carbon emissions from here and putting it somewhere else in the world, you know what I'm saying? You got all these big ass factories all over the place, all over the world. So all you do is picking up the carbon emissions here and putting it somewhere else. That's all the EV shit is, because you cannot sustain a full country on full wind and full solar. So like making the country trying to be all EV by 2030, and then you got the whole process of like the marijuana business is starting to boom in a bunch of states and stuff like that. This is starting to all kind of look like a little mind control thing. If it's not really not mind control, but it's starting to look like a little shady process going on. But for the only reason why I say about the marijuana industry coming up with the whole United States trying to be EV friendly and shit like that, I don't think it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Semi trucks, you know, and the trucks just period, ain't nothing is beating diesel power when you need when you need loads of weight transported. Let's say you have a transporting company that specifically transport marijuana, you know what I'm saying? And they doing it by the hundreds of pounds, you know what I'm saying? But they making multiple stops and they got different flavors and they got different things, you know what I'm saying? We talking about hundreds, thousands of pounds, you know what I'm saying? In a truck or in a trailer. That diesel is going to be able to push that and be able to run miles and miles on end, you know what I'm saying? Depending on how big the tank is. You get an electric vehicle, you're going to be charging them motherfucker every day just to carry that amount of weight, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you just drawing off the circuit grid and stuff like that, like at extremely high voltages and stuff like that. So I don't think the whole EV thing is gonna go well. It's not, because all you do is picking up carbon emissions from one thing and putting it in another. The whole marijuana industry, that's gonna be great, but you still got the fact of the corporation aspect. At the end of the day, the one thing that really runs this shit. Why you think Bill Gates, his corporation is really what own other shit and on top of his assets by himself, you know what I'm saying? That's how these rich people stay rich. The corporations that they built, the corporations basically that's the corporation, this is my wealth, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, the corporation can make trillions of dollars and shit like that, and I pay myself or whatever from the business, stuff like that. But on top of that, both the assets of the business are separated. So if somebody, you know what I'm saying, legal liability, stuff like that. So it's the whole aspect of, will they make dispensaries a corporation? You know what I'm saying? Will dispensaries become a corporation thing to where what they feeding in, they're gonna be trying to speed up the process of growth. They're gonna try to manipulate how big buds get, how flowerful they get, manipulate the male and female the male and female buds to, you know what I'm saying, to flower and procreate, make bigger flowers, stuff like that. So I wonder if this is just a process that they all starting to learn, or is this something they already been in research, you know what I'm saying? I constantly keep trying to look for that information on the internet, but I can never find it, like, to show me about the growth process, except for Cali Green. Like I said, that was the only guy I really seen, and Canada Canucks, that was the only one. That was the only two, Canucks Rose, I think that's what his name is. That was the only two people that I seen, like really showing the process of it naturally being grown, like adding all these natural ingredients, explaining what these natural ingredients do and stuff like that, whether it be in picture form, voiceover, stuff like that. So it make me wonder if these weed forms are just like regular forms, where they manipulate them by the thousands. They got the GMO seeds and stuff like that, which is not surprising if it is, but like I'm saying, just genetically modified stuff, manipulation, stuff like that. So that's my biggest concern about this whole industry that I'm starting to see, because I see when something gets big, when corporations get involved, shady shit get to happening. Basically, that's just what you see. And I don't know if y'all seen that documentary Netflix, Dirty Money. Those episodes, y'all need to go watch them. But that is why I say these corporations, be cutting corners and stuff like that. Like Volkswagen, they diesel, eco diesel, they wasn't even real environmentally friendly, and they lied about it and shit like that. So, and they had a whole big old $1 billion lawsuit, and well, it got up to $2 billion or some shit like that, and they had to pay back so many people for lying to people and customers and all this and that, and they had to pay back all these countries and stuff. So, like I said, corporations do shady shit as well. You know what I'm saying? As well as just a regular human being. So, the whole corporation aspect of it is what should be concerning about these lines. Because, like, I'm saying these lines wrapped around all these dispensaries and elbow to elbow, you know what I'm saying, on the recreational side. It's like, god damn, like, can't, like, don't nobody see. I'm like, shit, you going in there, you buying a 3.5, let's say you going in there buying it for 50, you know what I'm saying, then you didn't spend, let's just say you $50 at the dispensary, you know what I'm saying. That's not including your sales tax, that's not including the state's tax, and that's not including the marijuana tax, and that's not including the tax over a certain amount of grams you have. It's like hella taxes involved. So let's just say after your final total, after they didn't tax the shit out of you, you know what I'm saying, your final total came out to $65, $70 damn near just for a 3.5. And you go back and do that shit every day, you know what I'm saying. After a while, I'm like, god damn, I don't know why I like keep going to this, but like it's so good, you know what I'm saying. It's almost they gonna make it like Chick-fil-A. Like these dispensary lines are looking like Chick-fil-A's out here. So they could very much put sugar in it. Sugar is 10 times addictive than cocaine. So it'd be different shit you can be addicted to, stuff like that. And that, you know what I'm saying, so much usage, it'll just be a pattern, you just be stuck to it. You're like, damn, I don't know why. Like, most people just like, oh, it's just good. It feels good. But if you control not, you know what I'm saying, smoking when you smoke or do whatever, then you necessarily wouldn't be falling into that shit. But, hey, let me know what y'all think about that in the comments below. Do you think dispensaries, marijuana forms and stuff like that will corporalize, you know what I'm saying? Will they become a corporation, or will they just be another, this just like farming, you know what I'm saying? We farm, we put our own food up, we, you know what I'm saying, we cut the buds, dry them out, do them all right, we seal it up and send it on this way, you know what I'm saying, to its customer. We'll know, you know what I'm saying? We'll know in due time when motherfuckers' fingers and shit start mutating and people's faces and shit like that, and they look like they be stuck in a certain phase and all the time. Man. But yeah, let me know how y'all feel about the corporations monopolizing and shit like that and stuff like that. I just had to kind of talk about it today because I'm like, when I look at the course, like I really want to learn it. But for the simple fact, when I can go on YouTube and listen to somebody talk about it and explain the whole process to me, why should I have to go and be certified through a state to be able to handle this shit? You know what I'm saying? That's just my thinking. I think an experience should be able to, when you go in there interview, you talk, you know what you know, but you got to have a certificate to go and apply for them type of jobs and shit like that. Maybe that sounds crazy, but you know what I'm saying, I think there's just another way of regulating who gets what and who does what or who can do whatever. So, hey, you know, we'll find out in due time. So, but yeah, happy hump day, you know what I'm saying. And also, what is something astonishing you did thus far this week? You know what I'm saying? What is something astonishing you did thus far? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you think this was an astonishing conversation and it should be talked about more. We might know, you know what I'm saying? This might just be a starting topic. I'm just saying, once all the states make it legal, you know what I'm saying, now we're gonna start seeing corporation into it. I'm just saying it's gonna be a corporation behind all of these different dispensaries, and you be like, it's so many different dispensaries, and they all under one umbrella. So, hey, I like the 100% natural, and I ain't heard from no dispensary say everything 100% naturally grown. You know what I'm saying? They don't say farm raised, stuff like that. Water constantly, you know, they let it do its thing or whatever. But like I said, Cali Green was the perfect example. Canucks, he grew autos, so I know both the actually training and flowering and pushing it out and creating more buzz and just letting the autos sit in there and you just wet it down, spray it, change the environment when you need to, you know what I'm saying, prepare for the different stages. So, but that's been today's installment. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments below, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.